Hello, welcome back to the Midlands Outdoor channel, back with another video today. Here we are at Wordsley Hospital. This is actually where I was born, and also Simon.
Yeah, I was born back quite a few years ago now. Back in 1987 I was born at this hospital. And then obviously as well, my nan years ago was an ambulance driver and she brought people here as well.
I know, it's going back a bit, isn't it? So it actually opened in 1904 and it actually closed in 2005. It is a really interesting site because I did look back at the old Ordnance Survey maps and it says a workhouse situated right away there. And then further over the back it says something about an infectious disease hospital, didn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So I think this hospital spanned from the corner there where the clock tower is and the big buildings a little bit further over the road from 1888 to 1915.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so on the old Ordnance Survey maps we can clearly see evidence of that. The facility was built as part of the redevelopment of the Starbridge Workhouse between 1902 and 1904. It was extended in 1915 during the First World War to provide an annex to the 1st Southern Military Hospital. 7 new wards were built during the Second World War. Ridgehill Hospital, which specialised in mental health, opened on an adjacent site in 1982. At the beginning of the 1980s, Wordsley Hospital was chosen at the site of a new maternity unit to serve the whole of Dudley Borough and replacing the existing maternity wards at Wordsley, as well as Burton Road Hospital in Dudley and Mary Stevens Maternity Home in Starbridge. Construction work on the new 118-bed maternity unit began in 1985. The maternity unit was officially opened by the Duchess of Gloucester on the 24th of November 1988. However, in the early 1990s, plans were unveiled for the Wordsley Hospital, Guest Hospital and part of the Corbett Hospital to be closed, and the services relocated to an expanded Russell's Hall Hospital. The first phase of Wordsley Hospital's closure took place on the 7th of January 2005, when the maternity unit closed after just under 17 years in use and was relocated to the Russell's Hall. The last service at Wordsley were relocated on the 22nd of April 2005. So it was actually amazing to see the Wordsley Hospital right away above. I mean, it's amazed you, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, because coming back from when we was born here, coming back to it, it's mad.
I know, it's like weird.
How far it goes back.
Strange looking at somewhere where,
Yeah.
you know, I was born from. Really, a very, very old building. You can imagine the workhouse. What was a workhouse? Do you know much about them all?
I think what a workhouse was people like who didn't have much money or or didn't have anywhere to live. I think they'd go into them, wouldn't they? They'd have to work.
Wasn't they actually handy special coins as well? I'm sure there was handy special coins.
I don't know about that.
I can't think of what they are, but drop it in the comments if you want to identify that. But all I know, the workhouses, I think they had special tokens or coins. But wasn't easy work, was it? I don't think.
And they're badly
Yeah.
treated.
So because it was badly treated, you can imagine the history behind it. I mean, how far it really does date back.
Yeah.
But I mean, right away in front, you can sort of see the old hospital buildings. I think the buildings right away there are the maternity unit. So you've got the one there, you've also got a one there. But what I'm interested in is the massive chimney sticking right away up. So I think what we're going to do, should we go and explore Wordsley Hospital?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah, let's go and check it out. So here it is, we're at Clock Tower View right away here. We've got a new modern road leading through the hospital and you can sort of see the modern houses what have all been thrown up, possibly where some of the old hospital buildings were from the old days. Just by the side here is all the old hospital buildings just coming right away up. I mean, you can sort of see the massive stack sticking right away there. Look how old that is. But I'll tell you what I love about this, Simon, is the architecture. It's like really dating back, isn't it?
It does, yeah. You don't realise how far things date back around here. You don't really know.
No.
Until you like research.
So you can imagine in the 1900s when this was actually built. I just love the architecture of the clock tower right away there. It would be amazing to go and explore inside it, but I think it's all modern apartments, isn't it?
I think it looks like it to me, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can just see from the corner here, we've got Griffith's Lodge and the old architecture leading through with some little patterns. It actually looks like there used to be a window in there from that little round circle. And if I pan from this corner, you can sort of see the maternity wards, one there, one there. There is actually one hiding behind there. And there's a little walkway what's still intact, which we're going to show you in a little while. But I mean, this place closed in 2005. Drop it in the comments if many people actually remember Wordsley Hospital. Was there anybody who actually worked here? Because I've heard on Facebook someone tell me they used to work in the hospital itself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Ex-midwives who helped deliver babies here.
Yeah, because I was born in 1997. Was anybody working around that date? Drop it in the comments. Yeah, so it would be cool to know. It does make me wonder though, what ward was actually born in?
Yeah, and me as well, back in the 80s, 87 when I was born.
Could I be born in this one? Was it the one over there? Or was it some of these old ones what used to be situated where the modern houses are?
Oh, and another thing as well, my girlfriend was born here as well, back in the 80s as well. I was born in 1987.
97?
Yep, 7th of March 87, I was born 21st March 87.
Oh, right.
So you don't know.
You don't know what ward there was actually born in?
No, you don't.
Just imagine what it's like inside that clock tower though, how you've got the clock there. I think there'd be bells in there, wouldn't there, as well?
I'd probably say so, yeah, I'd say so myself.
Yeah, little bells.
Yeah,
so when the clock reached a certain time, it would click to a certain charm, wouldn't it?
It probably would, yes.
And it might have actually been placed there for the workers, you don't know, do you?
Maybe, yeah, you don't know, do you?
It is interesting. But I mean, if I carefully zoom in, you can sort of see the architecture. You've got the windows right at the top. And then I love the patterns up there and also those triangle shapes. One that corner and also one there. And that little thing sticking up. We've got a weather vane right away there. And it's actually pointing this way, so I've noticed the wind is actually coming towards us.
Yeah.
It is really cool to see these very old wards though. Look at the brick. And you said something about the windows, didn't you?
Yeah, they were sash windows.
Old sash windows.
Yeah.
Imagine that though, Simon, you was on about how many babies were actually born at the Wordsley Hospital.
I think there could have been hundreds, thousands maybe, you really don't know.
If you was born at this hospital, drop it in the comments. Me and Simon are interested to know. I mean, does anybody remember what ward there was actually born in? But let's go and explore the rest of the hospital. We've got where the clock tower is and that little walkway, what I'm going to show you now. Like I mentioned before, all this is actually lived in apartments. You wouldn't believe they've converted an hospital into modern apartments. I mean, right away in front, we can sort of see this one, which is really old. You can sort of see the very old walkway where it led from the one building into the other section of the hospital. You can imagine how many workers cross from one point to the other.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're standing right away inside the walkway. Just imagine how old this is though, Simon.
Oh, amazing, yeah. You don't realise.
No.
There's stuff like this, and how far it does date back, and all the memories that people would have had here, all the happy memories of receiving their child into the world and stuff like this. It's really good.
But yeah, drop it in the comments if you remember this walkway leading from the one building all the way to the other. If I carefully walk down once more, we can sort of see the other old building right away there, where you've got the new modern buildings just joined by the side of it. But I mean, that one is definitely dating old. But I'll tell you what though, I really do love the view, how you've got the walkway and then you've got the clock tower right away in front with the old buildings. I'll tell you what though, how far the hospital dates back, this tree really does date old. Look at this one just standing by the side.
Oh, yeah.
It must date as really old as the hospital.
Look how wide it is, right?
I know, it's wide.
You can't hug it.
Nah. So you can imagine when the hospital was here, it was actually working, this tree was actually here.
On the top of tree.
But it makes you wonder though, how old this tree is. Was this here when the workhouse was here? Massive trunk, so it's took many years to grow right away really high. Yeah, look at that.
The clock tower in the glass.
So it says there, Fairfold Lodge, but inside there it's got some really cool architecture, hasn't it?
It certainly has, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So right, we've got the other side of the clock tower, so this is from this angle. But what I love about it is the style. If I view all the way up, check out this. This is massive. This one's actually called Tower Lodge. You can sort of see what I mean, how you've got the architecture there, the architecture on the one side, then the massive tower with the clock sticking right away to the top. It's a really amazing view, this.
Certainly is. Really
But
is.
one more pan around to show you. The view right away here is actually the old workhouse. It's actually called Union Lodge. It says onto there, Stable Lodge, private. You can sort of see where the old stables used to be situated. You can sort of see the architecture, how it's like chapel-like leading up. Got the very small window right away there, and the patterns into the brickwork are really stunning. They have converted the old Union house into apartments, I believe, so we've got one apartment there. You can sort of see from this angle, we've got like the little arches in the wall. It says Union Lodge. How small the windows are right away to the top. Wow.
A couple of brick up ones as well.
Yeah, bricked up windows, so you can sort of see the ones that have been bricked up. It's awesome to see this. It's nice to come down and see history, what's lying in Wordsley, isn't it? But not only the workhouse, there's even more buildings. Look at that, we've got the main doorway leading right away in. So in the old days, that would have definitely been the very old door. Right about there, we've got that arch, a small window, and then once more, the very old brickwork, accompanied by that right away to the top. If I carefully zoom in, look at the architecture of that.
An old house.
Yeah, so that one's also really dating back. There's a little archway, that one's actually called the Rainbow Nursery. But if I get a view of the old Union workhouse, you can just sort of see right away here, the architecture. That has definitely got a lot of history behind that. It really does date old. Imagine the working conditions and what it was like in the workhouse. Must have not been very good. I've heard stories behind them. There is actually a workhouse here, and there's also a workhouse in Seaston. You've got the Seaston Union Works, which is part of the buildings are actually still there.
Okay.
So that's actually one we can go and check out at some time, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for watching the Midlands Outdoors channel. It's been a little bit of an explore today, hasn't it?
Sounds, yeah.
From the canal right away over there to Wordsley Hospital.
So, okay guys, like and subscribe to the Midlands Outdoors.
Yeah, definitely like and subscribe. But let's go and get you some cinematics of the Wordsley Hospital.